everyone. Today we will explore how Agentforce powered by MuleSoft APIs and Salesforce simplifies and streamlines lost or stolen card management for both customer and financial institutions. We know that when a credit card is stolen or lost, customer wants immediate action to prevent fraud and get a replacement card as quickly as possible. However, traditional processes involve long wait time, multiple verification steps, and manual intervention, leading to customer frustration and security risk. So, let's check how we are handling this situation through Agentforce and MuleSoft, which can solve these challenges. With Agentforce, we leverage Salesforce and MuleSoft APIs to enable a seamless, automated, and secure process for blocking and replacing a card. There's a situation when a customer contacts an agent to report a lost or credit card. So the process which is involved in this is the agent requests the customer's basic details, including the first name, last name, and all the basic details. And these information is verified against the contact to check whether the customer's identity is being matched. Once this process is it's validated, we go for a security validation to check whether the customer is a valid customer. By checking a few of the security questions, which will invoke a MuleSoft API to check whether the security questions are matching as per the customer's input. Then we do a transaction verification. Once security questions are cleared, the agent requests details for the last transaction, so which checks whether the transaction matches. It's not easy for a person to remember both the transactions, but we ensure that either of that is being taken in control, and then that's how we try to identify the transaction. And once the verifications are successful, the agent asks whether the customer wants to deactivate the card and if they want a replacement. Based on the customer's response, the action is taken. Then we send a customer notification via an email about the deactivation of the card and the replacement if requested. So thus the agent process, and we have built the process within using MuleSoft APIs and Salesforce. So now let's look into the high-level architecture, as Bijon and Andreas has already informed you all about the topics, the action, instructions. I would just like to specify a few things. Whenever a customer sends its request, the Agentforce takes up the prompt, and that request is then acted based on the actions and instructions. So there is a topic being created, and based on the topic is associated with actions and instructions. Based on the action, the agent responds. And Agentforce is intelligently handling lost or stolen credit card request in this scenario by leveraging persistent memory, prompt engineering, and system of records. When I'm talking about persistent memory, it is like users don't have to provide the same information repeatedly. When we are talking about prompt engineering, an AI model follows predefined scripts and instructions for each process. So the agent dynamically adjusts based on the user response. And that's what you could see as a response from the agent. So let's get into the demo. This is what you can see in Salesforce Cloud. We have an agent which is built, and this agent, NJC Service Agent, has topic which is a block a credit card, and this topic is associated with actions. So let me get into the agent builder. Once we open the agent builder, you can see the topic here is block a credit card, and this topic is provided with instructions, what the agent has to do. User requests to block or deactivate a credit card, what the agent has to do. If the user wants to deactivate, the steps to be asked for, which I have mentioned in my slide. It asks for the basic details and then the process follows. So these instructions are being given within the topic, and this topic is associated with actions. So when we're talking about actions, it's a predefined steps that help the agent to complete the process. And here we have security validation, transaction invalidation, and contact verification, and also a customer notification. So let me take you through one of the flows to show you how we are invoking an API to do this process. So there is an auto launch flow which has been involved, and all these topics are being created using flows. And if you see, for the security key validation, we try to call an endpoint, MuleSoft endpoint, and provide the necessary details for that endpoint to perform the actions. And let me also show you how the Atlas reasoning engine helps this process to work. Like when I try to ask for, when as a customer, I want to block a credit card. So the agent asks, okay, fine, please provide me a few of the basic details. So what exactly is happening is the agent is trying to select the action. So the action selected here is credit card status update. It checks for the contact and gets a response of 200, which means the contact is identified. Then we have further topics being selected based on the questions, that is like verification and transaction. So that's how here the Atlas reasoning engine is helping to provide, it searches for the structured and unstructured data and finds out which topic has to be selected based on the instructions being provided. So now let's get into the demo. Let me ask the agent that I want to block a credit card. Let's see how the agent responds based on the flow which we explained. So I would ask the agent, I want to block my credit card. As per the flow, we expect the agent to respond with asking for a few basic details. So I would be providing the details of a contact within the Salesforce, Lauren, with her email ID, a phone number, her date of birth, and the credit card type which she's using. So once I provide these details, we are expecting the agent to check the contact and identify if the contact is matching. So the identity is matched. It said, I verified your details. Now I need to have the security questions to proceed further. So they have asked for the fourth character in the security question. So as per the security questions given in the backend finance banking system, I'm going to provide the fourth letter of the security key. So it asks for further verifications. It asks for my second character of the key, which I'm providing it. And it also asks for one more verification. And I would be providing the last key value. So once this key is identified, the security validation is done. And we are expecting it to ask or go to the transaction validation to identify this person has done a transaction related to that in his credit card. So now they have asked for the transaction details, and let me provide the transaction, a transaction date, and also the amount. Either of this would be valid because it's not possible for a customer to remember both of these things. So I'm just providing the details. And once this transaction and amount has been provided, it identified that the transaction is right, and it asks whether I want to go for deactivating the card. So I do say I want to deactivate it. So once I say that I want to deactivate, it also asks me whether I want a replacement card. Do you need a credit card? Yes, I will go with a replacement card. So once this is done, the agent will send a notification and says that your card has been deactivated and your replacement card is this. Your old card has been deactivated and a new credit card has been dispatched. The details has been shared with you via an email. Is there anything I can help you with? So let's go and check our email, and we can see that the email has been sent where the old credit card is deactivated and a new credit card status is dispatched. And let me also show you the endpoints which were invoked for this using MuleSoft. There was a security question which is using a MuleSoft endpoint, which we gave using a query params. And so this is the endpoint where we are validating the security questions. There's another endpoint which validates your last transaction and the transaction amount, which verifies this. And there is one notification email, which is where you say whether you want to deactivate and the request card request. And once you send this, the email is activated. So these are the endpoints which we have used in MuleSoft to complete this flow. And thus this explains how Agentforce, along with MuleSoft and MuleSoft APIs and Salesforce, made this process seamless and faster.